I see you're about to relapse because my ex-girlfriend in the thumbnail, aren't you? Now, there's a reason that I very rarely will relapse on NOFAP and semen retention, and it's because of how I feel afterwards. I hate the feeling. I hate the feeling of busting nuts. I truly do, because of how you feel afterwards. I'm personally very, very conscious of my energy. Some of you guys aren't, so you might not relate with this video. So these are personal things that I notice based off the top of my head. Like, if I eat some McDonald's, man, I'll feel off for like 3 days. If I have a shot of alcohol, I will feel off. Some of you guys aren't like that. So I've got 10 of my personal things that I notice after busting a nut. Let's get it. Now, I want to ask you a question, man. Why are you even doing this? Why are you doing NOFAP? Why are you doing retention? A lot of you guys keep relapsing because you have nothing to put this energy into. So why are you doing this in the first place? So you have to set some goals, man, before any of this. You keep relapsing because you don't have a direction. So write down some goals, set out on a mission as to why you don't want to relapse, because this is your energy, man. You want to withhold it, you want to retain it so that you can go to the next level. That's the purpose of this. First thing I notice is guilt. I can imagine from the PMO cycle, you're going to feel a lot more guilt. Personally, I cannot relate. It's been almost 3 years, completely clean of porn. But let's say, for example, a hookup. I will feel immense guilt. I feel like, oh, why did I do that? Now I have this person's feelings all caught up. I don't really want to do that again with them. There's a lot of guilt. And then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have wasted that energy. This is how I feel afterwards, man. So the first thing is, I feel a lot of guilt. You're probably going to feel a lot of guilt. The thing is, you want to cultivate this feeling. So you can imagine exactly how you'll feel after you relapse this feeling. Because I hate this feeling. And so whenever you want to relapse, just think about this feeling, man. Number 2, I get a lot of brain fog. So I work a lot, man, typically about 60 to 80 hours a week. So my brain has to be like boom, boom, boom. But after I nut, I would say probably about 7 days until like I get full clarity back. The first day, especially right afterwards, I cannot think of anything. I'm like, okay, what's the next task? What do I need to do? Like, it takes me so long just to get centered again. It's just super muddy up there, man. So this is a huge one. Number 3, I will feel very low energy. Once again, for about a week usually, and then it's hard to get things rolling. Like, I'll notice, like, I'll lay in bed for maybe like 10-15 minutes after the alarm clock comes off, right after I relapse. Overall, like, you're not just bang, bang, bang like you typically are. A little bit slower, and in addition to this, the mind is slower too. Like, I feel a little bit less intelligent typically after I relapse. Number 4, this is a weird thing that will happen, but I notice I get small injuries after I relapse, especially in the gym. And so, like, I might notice like a tweak in the shoulder, the elbow, the neck, like small little things come up. And a lot of other people have spoken about this, especially old dudes. I've heard a lot of old men, they say they start to age, they start to like get injured and stuff because they busted too many nuts. And there's a lot of people throughout history who have said this as well. Overall, this is very ancient practice of men to conserve our energy, and because this is our life force and you only have so much of it. 5th side effect of relapsing is you will be extra horny and extra lustful. So you're gonna wake up with like insane morning wood, like you're gonna be lusting after all these women now. Like, the thing is, man, lust, even for me, it'll come back every now and then after I relapse. Like, after I ejaculate, I'm like, okay, I kind of want to do that again, you know, and it can be easy to get into that cycle. And I would argue that sex is almost much worse than just beating off, because then you're bringing other people into it, you're creating all these soul ties. There's a lot of bad things, man. But overall, both of them, I don't think it's very productive. Sex should really only be between somebody that you truly love. I meditate every single day, and after I relapse, I've noticed it's a lot more difficult to meditate. So a big reason for this is because the chakras, man. Whenever you relapse, all the energy gets stuck in that second chakra, which is the sacral plexus chakra. Maybe one day I'll make a whole video on chakra spirituality, because it's the universe, man. It's literally science. It's not even like voodoo, like made up stuff. It's based off frequencies, man. But all the energy gets stuck in the second chakra, and it's going to be harder to raise your vibration up to the crown chakra, which is actually why you do retention, because you can raise your vibration, you can balance all the chakras, which will in turn make everything easier to manifest. This is why people say you get luckier whenever you're in retention. Like, life just goes smoother, nothing goes wrong. I've also noticed that my glow will go away, and then I get less attraction from other people. Like, I've noticed at least a month on retention, like literally all these women come out of the woodworks, man. It's like everyone wants to sleep with you. Everyone wants to get your Instagram. Everyone wants to see you. But the second you relapse, it's like all these people just, boom, they disappeared. Maybe it's in my head, but I've noticed this every single time. Once you have a streak going, it's like everyone wants a piece of you. It's insane. Number 8, this is a huge one for me, especially as a YouTuber, but I lose all my creative energy, bro. Like, to come up with a YouTube idea, for example, it's harder for me to think. When I'm retaining, it's like, okay, I need to make a video for today. Boom, boom, boom. 2 seconds. I'm like, all right, let's do this. And then I can whip it out like that. But after I nut, man, I'm like, oh, I don't know. What should I film today? You know, like, your brain is a lot slower functioning, and especially the creative energy, which is what your semen is. It is your sexual energy. Number 9, I will notice that I'll have more anxiety. I think this could actually be a biological thing, not so much a head thing. Because semen has a lot of vital nutrients, man. So I feel like whenever you bust too much, it's like speaking with people, like overall, like the heart rate goes up a little bit. You just have a little bit of anxiety. I've noticed this with me personally as well. It's not a good feeling. Anxiety sucks for everybody. And I've noticed after relapsing, anxiety always comes into play. And number 10, this is quite possibly the biggest one. But after you relapse, the world seems a lot darker. I don't know about you, man. But when I'm on a streak, everything looks like rainbows, it's all fluffy, like it's only good vibes. But after I relapse, it's like I'm in hell or something. Like it's so dark, like it's so just not good, man. And in addition to this, like you could get depressed more easy, like all these things. It's like depression on retention, by the way, like does not even exist. It's insane. But that's it. That's number 2. If you're watching this, you need help with your fitness goals, link in the description box for a free one-on-one consultation with me, Austin Wayne. I've transformed thousands of my personal one-on-one clients into Greek god male model shapes. So if you want to be next, hit that link in the description box. Also, if you want some of the best supplements in the fitness industry, kalosique.com. We got pre-workout, creatine, high growth supplements, everything, man. kalosique.com. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and like this video to push it out into that YouTube algorithm. That's it. I'm gone.